Welcome back to the special edition of the Economic War Room. We've just had two incredible guests, Alan West and Michelle Bachmann, and I'm joined here with Mike Carter, my colleague, the co-host of Pirate Money Radio, and he is also in charge of one of our Economic War Room projects, Pirate Money, that we've been pushing. We're going to analyze the election results with him. Mike is a colleague, he's a dear friend. Mike, what are your thoughts? You heard Michelle, you heard Alan West before her. What are your thoughts?
Well, let me just start by saying it was a great night, Les, watching the election results on the eve of the campaign and watching what the different political pundits said out there. And it's not often you get to watch that without feeling a little bit of anxiety, wondering what's going to happen next.
I was shaking watching it, worried that the color revolution was going to continue, but through the night, I didn't see the 15 million ballots drop in the middle of the night from mail-in ballots.
No, I saw CNN delaying kind of the broadcast for a little bit, and they said, well, you know, there's still a chance on mail-in ballots. We don't have the mail-in ballots yet and so forth. But as the night went on and on and on, we saw more and more red, those red counties spreading across the country. And it was miraculous to me. Over 1,000 counties where Trump was up 3% over previous results. Michelle was up, Kamala was up over none of those. And that's the power of this, the grassroots movement that's happening out there. The small ships, like we like to talk about here in Economic War Room. It was the small ships that stood together with one voice and turned this political thing upside down. Yeah,
well, Fox called it early, which was nice. They refused to call Arizona, 4 years ago. Fox called it early, and Blaze, of course, did incredible coverage on it. But I also flipped over. I have to admit, I had to see Rachel Maddow, and you could see the tears forming. MSNBC, CNN got into denial. The stages of grief we saw from the left as the night progressed.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. I looked at Lieutenant Colonel Alan West was saying, hey, the time of identity politics is over. And I think as we see the votes and what happened there, that the Republican Party is that multiracial party now. It's not being controlled by the Democrats or some government organization that's out there. But I'm not sure that it's over with yet, because I started to look at flipping channels, and depending on where I was at, it quickly came out, well, I wonder what would have happened if Kamala would have been a 6'4" white guy, whether it's Joe or Rachel, or all of them were hitting on this identity politics.
She could have identified as that, right? All right, so let's put that aside. That's in the past. And by the way, the last 4 years have been insane for what President Trump has been through. 2 impeachments, the covering up of the Biden laptop, the J6, the congressional investigation, weaponized Justice Department, the raid on his home, civil and criminal lawfare, felony charges, attempts to keep him off the ballot, multiple states, being called Hitler, having a sitting president publicly call for a bullseye on him, and then 2 assassination attempts after that. What kind of man is this? I'll tell you what I think he is. I think he's a patriot, and I think he wants to return power to the states and the people, just like the 10th Amendment to the Constitution.
Absolutely. And when we can't do what we did last time, I think in 2016, many of us got to the point of, okay, well, Trump's in office, now I can relax, I don't have to do anything. No, that's not how you create change. You create change exactly by what happened on this election. By working together, standing together, creating one voice, and all of us doing our part, and then getting more and more out of this bureaucratic system in D.C. back to the state level. And so much what we're working on with Pirate Money, with transactional gold and silver, that is a state-based solution. It's a big one. We're seeing in the political side of it. I saw cryptocurrencies are up because Trump has been talking about that. I saw gold prices dropped a little because they think, okay, Trump's going to be good for that. But we're still going to have record debt. We're still going to have lots of money printing, all these things happening, which is why we got to get back to this fair weights and measures.
If we don't fix this now in 4 years, it cannot be fixed.
Yes.
So we have to immediately, I use the analogy on Pirate Money Radio, it's Goliath had his head chopped off. Well, there are 4 other giants out there, and then we got to chase down that Philistine army and get them out of our country. We've got to do it now. And transactional gold and silver, I've already reached out to Dr. Carson and to General Flynn and to Steve Bannon and Michelle Bachmann and Alan West and anybody that has contact in this administration.
Speaker Mike Johnson, we're working to get potentially something there, maybe a resolution even. We'll see what happens with hopefully Congress. We control Congress as well. But exciting things in terms of both federal support, but we've got to make this happen at the state level. And we've got really a short period of time to do it. I mean, Trump is in office, but that's not the end-all be-all. We've got to take advantage of this time to make sure that we're prepared and ready.